This is the last bartender. We're going to be doing a little tasting of some green chartreuse today. We'll give you a little bit of history about it. Most of it's barroom history, so always fact check anything I say because, you know, sometimes, you know what happens in bars. Stories get stretched out. I did a little bit of research on this one and found out most of the stuff that I know to be true is actually true. It is, first of all, if I look opaque, it's because I was about to sit in the sun and drink a beer, and I put on some sunscreen. And by the way, there's articles coming out about it all the time now. Use natural sunscreen. Seriously, that's one thing that we've gotten right here in Southern California with all this hippie crap, is that we know that you can't say, "Ooh, I don't want sunscreen, I don't want skin cancer, I'm going to put all this polysorbate number frickin' whatever." It doesn't make any sense. There's natural things that will cover your skin. Sometimes you got to apply them a little more. You just got to read the labels, but you're killing reefs by using that stuff. You're killing the environment, and you're killing yourself. So, off the soapbox. Back to green chartreuse. I'm gonna also have a video of me making a cocktail with it because it's so good as a little additive, but I just love the way it tastes straight by itself. So, like with most booze, this was championed and made, actually it wasn't made first by French monks, although they're the ones that make it. They're the ones that have been making it. This 1605 here refers to like the first, I guess, they just had their 500-year anniversary, whatever, 10 years ago. When they started distilling it, I guess, mass, I'm not really sure. You can look up that's a little bit of history, but they got it from King Henry the 14th. Somebody named Hannibal gave them the recipe, and it was supposed to be an elixir, just like most booze. It was supposed to be an elixir for long life. And they took it, and like lots of European monks are the ones who brought spirits to Scotland and Ireland. That's where the whiskey comes from. So these monks in France, long story, look it up. It's an interesting story, but the recipe bounces around for a while. What we do know is that it's a wine-based spirit. It has 130 botanicals and roses and things like that in it. And nobody, I heard 3, but everything I read today was 2 monks have the recipe. This might be a little bit of folklore. I heard that they're not allowed to be in the same city at the same time in case some kind of catastrophic event happened, and then the recipe for chartreuse would be gone forever. That's probably a little bit of barroom folklore, but the point is, 2 people know the entire recipe and how they get this green color. And one thing I was not able to find, but I believe I heard it from Dale DeGroff. No, I heard it from somebody that I respected. I don't remember exactly who. I don't want to pin anybody down in case this is not true. But I heard that the color chartreuse comes from the color of this. As in, the color did not exist. It's between yellow and green. And this color, the color lets you just like, oh yeah, that's chartreuse. This booze came first. And then they said, oh, that's a good color for, you know, so like I said, I could be wrong. That is not barroom talk. I remember somebody specifically telling me that who I did respect. So, oh look, they got the holy hand grenade on there for all my Monty Python fans. What's he do? Nibble your buns? The Beast of Kyle Banor. Okay, yeah, that's way too nerdy. So let's crack this. It's a small one. Sorry, I'm on a budget right now. And those of you who know, I believe it's 55. Ooh, it's 55 proof. 55% alcohol, so that's 110 proof. And let's cover that, even though we don't need to, like with the absinthe, I was telling you, oh, you know, you got to do wash it around your mouth, that kind of tasting for the more subtle spirits. This, absolutely not. And I know what this is going to taste like, and I'm going to love it, so, I'm not going to pretend, I'm just going in here. You get a little of the anise, but it's so complicated. It's like, it's one smell that you just don't like a lot of things, you get lots of different things. This just is like its own beast, and maybe I've had it too many times, and I can't separate the smells, but it just smells like chartreuse, which I love. Oh, I love it. It is really powerful though, and it's really powerful not in the absinthe kind of way. It does have some of those notes, but they're tempered, and they go sweet, and then they go a little bitter, and I mean, there's so many different things in here that not a lot of people, some people drink this straight, some people drink it on the rocks. Look at that. I don't know if you can see, but it has the legs. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if this is gonna work, but it looks like it has a ring around the glass. And normally what happens, you swirl your booze and you watch the legs. If it's really good booze, it's supposed to come down. You do the same thing with wine, real slow. This thing stays in a ring for like, it's just starting to drip down now. I don't know if you can see. It's just starting to drip down now. So like, it was a ring for so long, and then finally started to drip down. You do that with most booze, there's legs immediately. How thick they are can have something to do with how good it is, but that's just, green chartreuse. There's yellow chartreuse also. There's also the original chartreuse, which is much more concentrated, which was before the real recipe was before, not before 1605, but there's a concentrated version that costs an incredible amount of money, but it's like the macerate, like there's lots of different chartreuses, but there's the original, and then there's this stuff, and then we're just gonna read what's on the bottle after I have one more sip. Always read your bottles. Every bottle you should read. Okay, real quick. Chartreuse is made only by Carthusian monks of Le Grand Chartreuse near Grenoble, France. Chartreuse today is still made from 130 alpine herbs according to an ancient 1605 formula. The secret method of preparation is shared by 3 Carthusian brothers. How come everything I read online today said 2? And is protected by vows of silence. Chartreuse is sold in America as a green or yellow liqueur, the later being sweeter and milder. Each type is also available in rare VEP, the only liquor to have a color named after it. You always read the frickin' labels. This is not, nowhere on Instagram does it say, not Instagram, nowhere on Wikipedia does it say any of this. Chartreuse is also famous for a flavor and fragrance totally unexpected, remarkably beguiling, unique in all the world. Chartreuse is most popularly mixed with tonic or soda in a tall glass with ice, accented by a slice of lemon or lime, but can also be enjoyed on the rocks. People drink the last word, and there's certain hipsters, and God bless them, I love you guys, but they come in, oh, I know everything about booze, and sometimes they're younger, and they're like, do you have a last word? And I hear out of the corner of my ear, one of the girls that I work with, or one of the guys I work with, oh yeah, I'm not sure what the last word, what's in that again? And they're just like, really? Chartreuse, and they turn and walk out like there's something. But anyway, green chartreuse is what we tried today. Great added into any kind of cocktail, but if you're doing that, I would go sparingly with it because it's a super powerful flavor. This is the last bartender. Happy drinking.